Hi everyone, it's Brigby and me, and today I'm going to be giving you a guide to the Wodent wheel. First, the table of contents to this video. To start off, I will review the Wodent wheel, then show you how to disassemble and clean it, and finally give some advice on how to keep it as quiet as possible. I haven't been able to find the Wodent wheel in my local pet stores such as Petco and PetSmart, though you might be able to find them in others. I bought my Wodent wheel online in Amazon. The Wodent wheel is available in many sizes and colors. You can choose from an 8-inch wheel to 12-inch wheels, depending on the size of your hamster. A smaller Syrian can fit in an 8-inch wheel as long as their back does not bend, but larger hamsters will need a wheel around 11 inches to prevent back pain and other health issues. Pros and cons for the wheel are as follows. Cons: 1. They can be expensive. 2. Sometimes your hamster may be able to make noise in the wheel if they decide to relieve themselves in it. You might hear a rattling from this. Since these wheels are partly enclosed, their feces won't fall off the wheel most of the time and will probably be thrown around inside making noise while your pet runs. 3. There is more involved in cleaning the Wodent wheel than other wheels. Pros: 1. It is probably the most silent wheel you can buy. 2. The semi-enclosed design offers small rodents a more natural way of running like they would in the wild. Most rodents can be called wall huggers, which is exactly how it sounds. 3. This also encourages your hamster to run since the design can create a feeling of safety for them. Overall, I give the Wodent wheel 4.5 stars. Though it can make noise when your hamster uses it as a bathroom, sometimes the feces do fall out or become stuck inside, so it stops making noise after a little while. As for the pattering of feet, if you have a fan turned on in the room, it easily blocks out the noise, and I can no longer hear the wheel at all. I wish I would have bought it first before getting my other wheels, so if you're searching for a great wheel, I would definitely give this a try. And for those of you who are planning to get a hamster, I recommend buying this first before getting another wheel. In my experience, it will most likely save you money in the long run, rather than buying various noisy wheels first like I did. Now on to how to disassemble and clean. Since the Wodent wheel has this covering in the front, we will need to remove it in order to thoroughly clean the inside. The front can be removed by undoing the piece of wire and plastic brace. To do this, use pliers. Simply pinch the wire and pull away from the wheel, making sure you have a firm grip. Once you have removed the wire and brace, release the rest of the frame. Make sure you do not lose the plastic braces or wire. To disassemble, remove the front, then pull the middle away from the back piece as shown here. There will be a small plastic piece keeping the middle together. It might be difficult to remove if sticky. Next, we can clean the wheel. There are 2 main ways to do this. I will be showing you both. But first, you will need a disinfectant if you want to thoroughly clean it. If the wheel isn't really dirty, you can always give it a good rinse, but here I'll show you how to clean using a disinfectant. You can either buy one at your local pet store or use a water and vinegar solution. If you are going to use dishwashing liquid, make sure that you rinse thoroughly multiple times and leave no remnants behind. This should be done with any disinfectant as well. There should be no overwhelming scents left over. The first way to clean the Wodent wheel is placing the long strip of plastic in the sink. It should be filled with warm water and the disinfectant. If you need to, grab an old sponge and wipe the surface clean. Repeat this process for the other parts of the wheel. The second way is to leave the wheel mostly intact while you clean. Don't forget to wash the plastic holder as this can get very dirty. After you have finished rinsing, make sure the wheel is dry before placing in your hamster's cage. Wipe down with a towel. When it has finished drying, attach everything back together if you disassemble the parts. Then slide a brace with the back sticking out towards the bar. Insert the wheel, then slide the other brace sticking out away from the bar, and lastly with the pliers, insert the wire piece. In order to keep the Wodent wheel as quiet as possible, you may have to do a little maintenance to it every now and then. Sometimes it can start to screech against the metal bar from use. This can be fixed by coating it with vegetable oil. It should not be dripping. Take caution that your hamster may want to bite it, and if they continue to do this frequently, wipe off the excess as this is not good for their teeth and is the equivalent of bar chewing. This has not been a problem for Koda, however, in the beginning he nibbled a few places here and there, but soon lost interest, which will probably be the case for most hamsters. Secondly, make sure that you have a good amount of bedding underneath the wheel without blocking the movement. If there is not enough bedding underneath, it can clang against glass or plastic depending on your hamster's cage. And that is all the information I have for the Wodent wheel guide. I hope you found it helpful for you and your hamster. Here is another video you might want to see here on Rigby and Me.